Can I get a job after my master's program? I made a video that I said you don't have to wait until you finish your master's program. Master's is for 2 years. For those that actually want to study, that you don't want anything to distract you. Yes, use your 1 year to do your coursework. Then the second year, use it to start looking for job. Yes, you're going to get a job that will give you contract. Yes, a whole lot of, in fact, a whole lot of master students would even prefer job that would give them contract compared to the one that they will go and start doing a part-time job. No, an average Nigerian would look for a full-time job, a job that would give contract, because after your masters you are expected to go back to your country. Yes, that's what it is. That's their policy. The only thing that can keep you back is a job that has contract. And I've always said it, when you come in, even if you're the type that you want to study all through, you don't want any distraction, at that second year begin to look for a job. That second year, that 1 year, you will definitely, you will make it with people. You will see your mates, you will see other of your classmates. You need to talk to them, you need to talk to Nigerians that are there, you need to mingle with people, join churches. I tell people the church would help you. Join, go out there and look for a place whereby you can associate with people. Don't be the type that will go to school, after school you go back home. No, go and search for job. In fact, there are some people that it's not full-time reading, that they don't want to. Immediately they get their resident card, they go in search of a job. There are some people that their courses are in the afternoon, their courses are during weekend. So, or some their courses are at the evening time from 6 p.m. to. So what will you be doing at the day, during the day? You have to get something doing. An average Nigerian would do that, okay? Today's video would help you take a decision if you are in the state of dilemma. I was in that state, and I'm going to share my experience, and I know it's going to help you. It's going to help you take a decision now, so that later in the future you don't say, had I known. So it's a question that I received from one of my subscribers who is in a state of dilemma, and it says, "Thank you for the update, ma. I always visit your page." Okay, thanks so much. Okay. The question is, "Ma, I need your honest opinion. I am a Nigerian newly employed in a relatively good government job in the context of Nigeria." So the person actually is in Nigeria. "I'm in a crossroad between migrating to Portugal via master's route, that study route, and staying back in Nigeria. I can pay my fee and sustain myself for the first year. My fears are getting job that can sustain me from my second year and getting a job that comes with contract after my master's, having resigned in my job in Nigeria to migrate to Portugal. In fact, when you mentioned in this video while explaining work visa that there are even people in Portugal who are jobless, my stress mood went up. Ma, what advice can you give me?" This is a question, this is a real life question that I received, and yes, I'm going to say my honest opinion about this, and I'm very sure it will help one or two persons, even if it doesn't help 1,000 persons, but I know it's going to help surely this person that asked this question. Okay, but before I go into the video proper, I would always appreciate those that have always been coming to my DM to appreciate me, to encourage me, giving me hope that I should continue. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're just coming across my video for the first time, you're welcome. I'm Doris, okay? Or simply call me Bayobi, according as my YouTube channel's name, okay? Thank you so much. When I came into Portugal, I was a government worker. I worked with the federal government in a radio station. Okay, I'm not going to mention the name of the station, but my colleagues are there. They are seeing me. Okay, so I worked with the federal government. I was even going to my level 12 as a level 12 officer. I came in here with a Schengen visa, and when I came in, the very first time I came in, I stepped down, came down at the airport. I fell in love with Portugal. In fact, I made up my mind that I was not going back. I told my husband whatever it is that would make us to remain back, that I really want to remain. It was like, what about I never cared. I told my husband that as long as I've stepped into Portugal, I don't want to leave. Okay, so when we came into Portugal, it was then when I saw everything, I found out that it's something I could actually cope with. So I actually tendered my resignation letter, and that was it. Okay, so the truth is, when we came into Portugal, there was no job. But I think the second week I came in, I got something doing, okay, a menial job. And how did I get the job? When we came into Portugal, my husband had already joined a local church. When I say a local church, it means they don't speak English, they only speak Portuguese, okay? So when we got there, he was already a member, and when we came in, we joined. And from there, when I got into the church the following week, I told my husband had already told majority of them that the wife needs a job, and I needed a job. I needed to do something because I never wanted staying at home. And fortunately, God brought someone, and the person said I could assist in helping her in things that she does, and that was how she started giving me tips, like giving me money per hour. Any work I do for her, she pays me per hour. You know, you have to work with your hands. So that was how that case was settled. I never had any paper, I never had anything, but then we've already called safe that we were in the country. Okay, so that was it. So it was until I got my resident card. Did you hear me? Until I got my resident card that I could get a job with a contract. And before then, we have gone to SEF, and that was it, settled. Okay, my advice now to someone if you have a paying job, I made a video on estimate. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I don't sugarcoat my video. I'm not going to say something that is not real. I made an estimate of a single person. When you come to Portugal, the reality. It's the reality. It's not something that is abstract. It's the reality. So when your minimum wage, they pay minimum wage here. Whether you are a cleaner, whether you work in the factory, whether you get a customer care representative job, which that is the job that we Nigerians, majority of us do, the customer care representative job, except for those who are in the professionals, those that they studied tech or IT job related. Those ones are their salaries are always higher. But when you read just other courses, see, it's minimum wage. The only difference might be the allowances, and it's just a little, okay? And in Portugal, the higher you earn, the more your taxes are. Okay, and if you have not watched the video would help you. It's not a sugar-coated video, it's the reality. I talked about the housing, how much you're going to get. I talked about every other thing that would help you. Go and watch that video. I'm going to put the link here, so get it, click on it and watch it. Okay, so when we came in and I got my resident card, you know, once you get your resident card, you want to get job, you want to do everything possible because you want to be earning the complete money, and that was it. I think I did not waste time in getting job. And the truth is, Before now in Portugal, you can search for job, and you search for job, the next week you'll be called for interview. You don't necessarily have to be working from one places to another. Once you submit online on LinkedIn, on Indeed, a whole lot, Adeco, a whole lot of them. Once you submit, definitely you're going to receive a call. But these days we have a lot of migrants. A lot of people are coming into Portugal, yes, because I think their policies are favorable. Okay, so but if you're the type, someone like me, I don't like physical work. Like I don't like stressing work. That's work that would stress the whole of my body. That is, if you want to work in the factory. If you want to work in a factory, there are places like in Aveiro, in Lisbon, Porto. We have companies. There are lots of factories that when you go, if you think you have the strength, somebody like me, I'm telling you the fact, I don't think I have that muscle. I don't have strength. You know what factories are all about. Maybe it might be the one that you have to be standing up and be walking. So what I want to say in essence, if you have a government job and the government job is paying you so huge, when I was working, I work with the federal government, and you know how much it is. I was going to my level 12. It was less than, so let me say I was in level 10. By that December 2019, I was to go for my promotional exam, but I came into Portugal August, so I could not attend the promotional exam. So I was still level 10. It was less than 100,000. Yes, I was working with the federal government. It was less than 100,000. You know how it is. It wasn't enough for myself and my husband. We were also working with a government, federal government. The money was not enough for us to feed on. It's not even enough for us to pay the rent. And that was it. So when I came into Portugal, and I saw everything, I found out that it's a place I can actually cope. And that was why I put down my resignation letter. I don't want this video to be long, but I'm going to do a part 2. I'm just trying to share the basis of what is expected. When you come into Portugal, I'm not saying there are no jobs, but the truth is there are people also here who are also looking for job. Okay, but the truth is Portugal is a lovely place. I think it's a lovely place if you're the type that you are not looking for a quick money. You are not looking for like you are not this. You are not like you are not agitating. It's a place where you can settle down, and especially for families. If you're married, it's a beautiful place. It's a place where you can build your family and live in peace. I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to make a part 2 because I really want to talk about this question I just read. I'm going to put the question in on the screen so that you can read and watch the part 2. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell the reality, and I'm sure it would help you to take a decision. Okay, thank you so much. If you have watched up to this moment, I don't want the video to be long, but I promise you in the part 2 it's definitely going to help you. Okay, thank you so much, and have a lovely moment. See you in my next videos. Bye bye. Ciao.